It's enough to say that the country's defenses have been badly weakened by decades of relentless propaganda, all of it designed to make us feel that we have no right to stand up for ourselves, to stand up for our country. We are too sinful to resist. We deserve whatever we get. Shut up and take it, America. We could spend days showing you examples of this, but here's just the very latest. It's from CNN over the weekend.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm bringing this sign to the protest at the community center later.
Oh. Well, they look upset. Are the protesters sad?
They are sad and upset, and they have every right to be, Elmo. People are upset because racism is a huge problem in our country. Across the country, people of color, especially in the black community, are being treated unfairly because of how they look.
It's a children's show. Got that, Bobby? America is a very bad place, and it's your fault. So no matter what happens, no matter what they do to you when you grow up, you have no right to complain.
Yes, that's a real segment. God, the seriousness with which he talks about Elmo is what makes it the cherry on top of an already darkly hilarious moment in cable television. He's one of the top cable hosts on the top cable news network in the country by many metrics, yes, and that's what makes it terrifying, because what he's doing there is stoking fears of a race war in his elderly audience and talking about indoctrination, basically. No, we're the good media that gives you the real information, but the kids and the young folks that you don't fully understand and tell to get off your lawn, they're getting the bad media, and that's all propaganda. We're definitely not propaganda, even though all independent analyses of our content has shown that we are basically a propaganda channel that spews out disinformation all the time. In any case, though, what stuck out to me there is that Tucker Carlson is obsessed with blame. Where did Elmo, I know, that's what we're talking about. Where did Elmo or Elmo's dad say it was your fault or anyone's fault? There wasn't discussion of fault at all. So this theoretical white child that Tucker Carlson is pontificating about, I don't know how the child could get blame from that segment. Sounds like a lot of projection by Tucker Carlson. But, you know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that segment that was aired by CNN in conjunction with Sesame Street, maybe it was really actually an Antifa recruitment video. I'm not exactly sure. Here are a few more details on what was in that special. The town hall also included a story about how Big Bird was once bullied for his yellow feathers. Oh my God, it sounds like communism. Also featured on the town hall were longtime Sesame Street neighbors Gordon and Maria, who have been reminded of their experiences fighting for civil rights in the 1960s. Unfortunately, this change has taken a very long time. It's frustrating and unbelievable to me that we're still fighting the very same fight and dealing with the very same issues that we dealt with on Sesame Street in 1969. It breaks my heart. No child or grown-up should have to deal with being treated unfairly, Maria said. Was that a quote from Lenin? I don't know, Tucker may be onto something here. Tucker Carlson, he really is a massive bigot, because as you see in these segments where he's fear-mongering like this, all of his past commentary that seemed like it had some sort of principle in it when he was talking about anti-interventionism, despite the fact that he cheerleaded the Iraq War in the past. But recently, he's had some good commentary about not wanting to go into Iran and things like that, and being a little bit more principled on issues of war and peace, which I appreciated, even though it's really just his masking his xenophobia and hatred because he doesn't want to liberate the monkeys, as he calls people in Middle Eastern countries, etc. But I thought that perhaps he might come out against the police militarization and the use of potentially use of military that was pushed by Trump on American streets. Like, I thought maybe that one principle that he had, the only principle he may have, and it's not even principles I just pointed out, might carry over to the story. Nope, he went full fear-mongering and was way worse than, like, Laura Ingraham or Sean even those people, you know? He's gone nuts about this. So I shouldn't have been naive about this. I shouldn't have even thought that I could find middle ground on ending the wars with Tucker Carlson, because it turns out when it's militarization in the United States, which should be more concerning to you, since I know you're all about white purity, and no, it's because it's being used to crack down on protesters who are trying to get rights for black people, then he gets even more ardent. And it's just another brazen example of his blatant racism.